Hi guys. Okay, so I'm going to do another hour-long stream right now. I'm going to just keep reading on the book that I've been reading here on my channel, and it's called The Atlantean Conspiracy. And I do want to just say before I begin, this is kind of a controversial book. It talks about some of the elite and the secret societies that kind of run the world, and there's a lot of primary sources in the book, and so I'm not saying I agree with every single thing in this book, but I think it's an important read, and I really encourage anyone to comment with questions or opinions in the comment section. I'll be checking in with them every few paragraphs, so feel free to do that. Oh, thank you, Injection Gal. So I'm just going to jump in here. This part of the book right here is talking about the Zionist movement, and I do want to give kind of a precursor to this is, like, I'm part Jewish myself, okay? I'm not anti-Jewish people, but I think there is a lot of criticism to be had about the Zionist movement and about some of the terrible humanitarian crimes that have taken place in Palestine and Israel, you know, to the Palestinian people. So please understand, like, this is where this part of the book is coming from. It's talking about the elite who have done a lot of crime in those areas. And if you're Jewish yourself, don't take it personally, okay? Just understand this is what we're talking about, okay? All right, so this is a quote from the American Hebrew magazine. It says, "The Bolshevik Revolution in Russia was the work of Jewish planning and Jewish satisfaction. Our plan is to have a new world order. What worked so wonderfully in Russia is going to become reality for the whole world," end quote. The Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion was first exposed and published after the Jewish Bolshevik Revolution / genocide in Russia. Quickly labeled a hoax by Jewish press and subsequently denounced and suppressed, the protocols, sorry, I was writing that something down, prove there exists a strategic Zionist plot to take over the world, composed of several authenticated documents long kept secret. Read for yourself how prophetic this century-old document details the game plan since implemented by the global Zionist Jew world order. This is a quote. Hold on, it's very long. This is a quote from the Protocols of the Meetings of the Learned Elders of Zion. Okay? It says, "We shall, 1. Seduce and demoralize the youth with false doctrines. 2. Destroy the family life. 3. Dominate humanity by preying upon their lower instincts and vices. 4. Debase and vulgarize art and introduce filth in literature. 5. Destroy respect for religions, undermine the reputation of the clergy through scandalous stories, and back up the so-called higher criticism so the old fundamental faith is shattered and quarrels and controversies become permanent in the churches. 6. Oh, my husband just came back from getting his hair cut. Hi, Gage. Oh, you look so cute. Okay, 6. Introduce the habit for luxuries, crazy fashions, and spendthrift ideas so that the ability for enjoying clean and plain pleasures is lost. 7. Divert the attention of the people by public amusements, sports, games, prize contests, etc., so that there is no time for thinking. 8. Confuse and bewilder the minds of the people by false theories and shatter the nerves and health by continuously introducing new poisons. 9. Instigate class hatred and class war among the different classes of people. 10. Dispossess the old aristocracy, which still keeps up high traditions by excessive taxes, and replace it with the Knights of the Golden Calf. 11. Poison the relations between the employees and employers through strikes and lockouts so as to ruin the possibility of productive cooperation. 12. Demoralize by all means the higher classes of society, and by adverse publicity raise the hate of the people toward them. 13. Use industry to ruin agriculture, and then in its turn destroy industry by wild speculation. 14. Spread all possible utopian theories so as to spring the people into a labyrinth of impractical ideas. 15. Raise the rate of wages, which, however, will not bring any advantage to the workers, for at the same time we shall produce a rise in the price of the first necessities of life. 16. Cause diplomatic friction and misunderstanding between states, which will increase international suspicions and hate, thereby greatly augmenting armaments. Marcella wants a follow back, sure. Number 17, introduce in all states general suffrage so that the destiny of nations depend upon ignorant people. Number 18, overthrow all monarchies and substitute republics for them. Insofar as possible, fill important state offices with persons who are involved in some unlawful affair and who will, from fear of being exposed, remain our obedient servants. Number 19, gradually amend all constitutions so as to prepare the soil for absolute despotism and Bolshevism. Number 20, establish huge monopolies upon which even the great fortunes of the Gentiles will depend to such an extent that they will be swallowed up at the hour when the industrial crisis will start. Number 21, destroy all financial stability, increase economic depressions to the extent of bringing a general world bankruptcy. Stop the wheels of industry, make bonds, stocks, and paper money worthless. Accumulate all the gold of the world in the hand of a few certain people, thus withdrawing tremendous capital from circulation. At a given hour, close all the exchanges, withdraw all credits, and cause general panic. Prepare the death struggle of the nations. Wear out humanity through suffering, fear, and shortage of food. Hunger creates slaves. End quote. Isn't that crazy? That's a crazy thing for the protocols of the meetings of the learned elders of Zion. Good God. Okay. This is a quote from Henry Ford, 1921. The only statement I care to make about the protocols is that they fit in with what is going on. They are 16 years old, and they have fitted the world situation up to this time. They fit in now. This is a quote from Nesta Webster. Personally, I am more than ever inclined to believe that the protocols of the learned elders of Zion are genuine. Without them, I do not see how one could explain things that are happening today. More than ever, I think the Jews are at the bottom of all our troubles. End quote. This is a quote from Henry Hamilton Beamish. If you have never read the protocols, you know nothing about the Jewish question. End quote. Oh God, okay. Over the past 2 millennia, the Jews as an entire population have been kicked out of over 100 countries for criminal behavior. This is a staggering statistic. No other group of people in world history has ever come close to matching the number of Jewish expulsions. Here's an abridged version just to give you an idea of how long-term and worldwide the Jewish problem really is. Okay, we have an entire page of stuff, like Worms 1615, Key of 1619, tons of information. I'm not going to read it all. If you're kicked out of a couple of places, perhaps you can chalk it up to coincidence or antisemitism. But being repeatedly expelled from all over the planet all throughout the history is not something to be ignored or taken lightly. In modern colloquial English, the word Jew can be used as a verb meaning to swindle or cheat someone. The words jewel and jewelry referring to precious stones/metals references them, and historically Jews have been into banking and precious metals with common surnames like Goldstein, Silverstein, and Goldberg. As such, their reputation precedes them. I want to mention this because this is very controversial right here, and as a person who is of Jewish descent, this book is not anti-Jewish people. They're saying that the people who have been leading Jewish communities for many generations have been involved in a lot of secrecy and conspiracy, and it's not necessarily that other cultures don't have this. However, the Jewish culture is special in that they are also mainly one religion. And when you have a group who are very unified in that way, you can move unified, And so if you have a group of people who are all part of the same club, so to speak, they can, conspire together, so they're pointing out this as like a secret. This is in the secret society section of this book. They've talked about the Masons, they've talked about Skull and Bones and things like that. These are also more diverse, but still just as effective elite organizations that have done a lot of crime. So I just want to say that because this one can be a little bit sensitive as we go forward, okay? So this is a quote from Menachem Begin. This is the Israeli Prime Minister from 1977 to 1983. It says, "Our race is the master race. We are divine gods on this planet. We are as different from the inferior races as they are from insects. In fact, compared to our race, other races are beasts and animals, cattle at best. Other races are considered as human excrement. Our destiny is to rule over the inferior races. Our earthly kingdom will be ruled by our leader with a rod of iron. The masses will lick our feet and serve us as our slaves, end quote. Jews claim to be God's chosen people. This is true. Which is a shame because such a superiority complex instantly creates a two-party division amongst humanity. If they're God's chosen people, then everyone else is not. They even have derogatory words in everyday usage to describe non-Jews, such as goy, goyim, Gentiles, and shiksas. Their most holy book, the Talmud, is cover to cover full of such racial hatred, egoistic superiority, and general immorality. All Jews are born with dual Israeli citizenship, so no matter what legal or criminal problems may arise in their countries of birth, Jews can always escape back to their genocidal homeland. They are even instructed by the Talmud, their most holy book, to do so. The Moed Katan 17a states, quote, "If a Jew is tempted to do evil, he should go to a city where he is not known and do evil there," end quote. The Talmud is full of such immorality, debauchery, and racism, which it openly encourages. Here are a few choice quotes from Judaism's Holy Talmud. Quote, "The Jews are called human beings, but the non-Jews are not humans. They are beasts." Talmud Baba Mezia 114b. "The Akum, non-Jew, is like a dog. Yes, the scripture teaches to honor the dog more than the non-Jew." Irriget Rashi Road 2230. "Even though God created the non-Jew, they are still animals in human form. It is not becoming for a Jew to be served by an animal. Therefore, he will be served by animals in human form." Midrash Talpioth, page 255. "A pregnant non-Jew is no better than a pregnant animal." Koshin Hamishvat 405. "The souls of non-Jews come from impure spirits and are called pigs." Jalkut Rubeni Gadol 12b. "Although the non-Jew has the same body structure as the Jew, they compare with the Jew like a monkey to a human." Skin Lukchoth Haberith, page 250b. "If you eat with a Gentile, it is the same as eating with a dog." Tesapath Jebath 94b. "Sexual intercourse between Gentiles is like intercourse between animals." Talmud Sanhedrin 74b. "It is permitted to take the body and the life of a Gentile." Sefer Akarim 3c25. "It is the law to kill anyone who denies the Torah." The Christians belong to the denying ones of the Torah. Koshin Hamishpat 425. "A heretic Gentile you may kill outright with your own hands." Talmud Aboda Zara 4b. "Every Jew who spills the blood of the goddess, or of the godless non-Jews, is doing the same as making a sacrifice to God." Talmud Bamidbar Rabbah c21 and Jalkut 772. "If a heathen Gentile hits a Jew, the Gentile must be killed." Sanhedrin 58b. "A Jew need not pay a Gentile the wages owed him for work." Sanhedrin 57a. "If a Jew finds an object lost by a Gentile, or heathen, it does not have to be returned." Baba Mezia 24a. "When a Jew murders a Gentile, there will be no death penalty. What a Jew steals from a Gentile, he may keep." Sanhedrin 57a. "Jews may use lies, subterfuges, to circumvent a Gentile." Baba Kama 113a. "All Gentile children are animals." Yebamoth 98a. "Gentile girls are in a state of nida, or filth from birth." Abada Zara 36b. "Gentiles prefer sex with cows." Abadas Zara 22a through b. "A Jewish man is obligated to say the following prayer every day: 'Thank you, God, for not making me a Gentile, a woman, or a slave.' Menahath 43b to 44a. "A Jew may marry a 3-year-old girl, specifically 3 years and a day old." Sanhedrin 55b. "A Jew may have sex with a child as long as the child is less than 9 years old." Sanhedrin 54b. "When a grown-up man has intercourse with a little girl, it is nothing." Kethuboth 11b. That is so gross. It is so gross. Okay, that was the end quote. Okay. Rabbi Meir Kahane in a TV interview told CBS 60 Minutes that his teaching that Arabs are dogs is derived from the Talmud. Rabbi Yaakov Perrin told the New York Daily News that 1 million Arabs are not worth a Jewish fingernail. And Rabbi Yitzhak Ginsburg declared to the New York Times that we have to recognize that Jewish blood and the blood of a goy are not the same thing. With this kind of rampant institutionalized racism, it is no wonder that the Jewish people have been historically met with much hostility and antisemitism. What Toledo? Sorry guys, I'm just trying to digest that reading. Give me one